Recording.
Yeah, Carson Wentz tore his ACL. Do you see the video of him walking off the field?
Yeah, it's crazy. So this is PPSN. Just a little bit of an insight there. Carson Wentz might have tore his ACL. Thank you for that, Toby.
Thanks for the insight, Toby.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Hey, it's Ollie Walcott here. So we got a few things to talk about. We're just wrapping up another week of football. Toby's got the Steelers game going on his phone. They're going to lose to the Ravens. They actually just scored a TD, I believe. Anyway.
Ollie, what do you mean by TD when you say that?
Touchdown.
Oh, great. Okay.
For our less informed listeners, that means touchdown.
Interesting.
Anyway, let's get into some football. Good week. Anybody else watch the Bills-Colts game?
Crazy game.
Some snowy football, the classic. Everybody loves to see that.
Yeah, Bills fans out there, nitty-gritty. Bills Mafia was out in full force today. LaShawn McCoy.
Keeping their playoff
He had like
hopes
150-yard game.
Had like 150-yard game.
No touchdown.
No touchdown.
Update, I hate my life. The Raiders stink.
Update, Texans lost to the 49ers. We are now as bad as the Browns. We might lose to the Browns.
Update, touchdown.
All right, anyway, let's get into some football, some real football. Let's do some playoff predictions. So,
We did this already.
I'm saying Saints
See how
like
it's
Patriots
changed.
Super Bowl. Saints-Patriots Super Bowl. I love the Saints, dude. They might have lost to the Falcons, but, Kamara got hurt on the first play. Drew Brees is as good as ever. He's just, he's my dad, and I love him.
Nope. The Saints are not making the Super Bowl.
How dare you?
If they lose to the Falcons because they didn't have Alvin Kamara, if a team loses because they didn't have one player that's not their quarterback, they're not winning the Super Bowl.
You don't know.
The Patriots lose tons of their best players. They're still going to win a Super Bowl.
Did I say the Saints are going to beat the Patriots? No.
Saints will make the playoffs. We're talking about playoff predictions. Saints aren't going to win in the playoffs.
All right.
Unless they play like a horrible
I'm going to have to
NFC
chime in
team.
here. It's maybe kind of a hot take. I'm going to have to go in the Super Bowl. I'm going to go Seahawks-Patriots.
I don't like that.
I don't like that at all, actually.
I like it. I would
Russell
love to
will-
see it, but I don't think that the
I think the
Seahawks...
Seahawks are going to creep in there to the playoffs, and I think they're going to make the Super Bowl. Just hear me out. Russell Wilson is a machine. Brady and the bunch can't be stopped, especially if we get that one seed.
Seahawks lost.
Steelers
right?
aren't going to be able to beat us in Gillette.
Seahawks
It's not gonna
lost,
happen.
right?
No, I thought the Seahawks
And I think we're gonna be going to another Super Bowl. Hopefully, get our sixth trophy. As I said in our previous episode of Couch Talk, I said the Vikings were kind of a joke, as we saw today against Carolina. They lost. Carolina's pretty legit. I can see Carolina making a playoff run if they get in.
Definitely agree with that. Carolina are very good.
I just when it comes to the playoffs, I think experience is a huge part of it, and I think the Panthers, the Falcons, and the Seahawks all have playoff experience.
So do the Saints, though, too.
Yeah, the Saints have more playoff experience.
Yeah, but
you
they've
trusted
been
Matty Ice over
But it's
Drew
been a
Brees.
while. It's definitely been a while.
A couple of years, yeah. But if you recall, the
Young
last time
defense.
the
It's
Saints,
been a while, but they're also relying on a rookie running back. If you want to talk about experience,
It's true.
Third.
Kamara produces a majority of their offense.
yeah, but when it gets down to it, it's going to be Drew Brees, and it's going to be the Drew Brees show. Don't forget that.
I don't know if Drew Brees can have a Drew Brees show.
How dare you say that about Drew? How dare you?
I think Drew Brees is great. He was my fantasy quarterback for 3 years.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
He's awesome. But
Walter Payton, Man of the Year.
I love Drew. But if they lose like their second, sort of second string running back with Mark Ingram, and they are losing to the Falcons, who don't have that great of a record, that kind of shows something, doesn't it? And all their receivers have no playoff experience. Michael Thomas was a rookie last year. That's...
Yeah, they got Ted Ginn.
They do have Ted Ginn.
Ginn is like their third string receiver.
I mean, to be honest, is it really about
See-
receivers in the playoffs? No, it's about your quarterback. It's who's running the show. It's who's driving the ship.
Seahawks contended in a lot of playoff games, not only because of Russell Wilson, but because of Doug Baldwin. The only reason that the Seahawks could have even won the Super Bowl against the Patriots is because Doug Baldwin made one of the craziest catches of all time, juggling on his chest. Ollie said it, didn't he? Remember when we were watching the Super Bowl and you were like, "This is it"?
Yeah.
Like,
And
it's players like that change games. Quarterbacks do too, but what's a bear without a few grapes, right?
I don't know if bears do eat grapes, but I love that analogy. And
So, what are we thinking for MVP? Obviously, Carson Wentz went down.
Yeah.
Is thought to have had a torn ACL.
Do you want to hear my pick?
Will that affect
Josh
the
Gordon.
MVP race?
I'll be Josh.
I'd say the front runners right now are Brady and Antonio Brown. Maybe Todd Gurley will slide in there.
Yeah,
I don't
playing
know.
amazing.
He's he's playing really well. But I think it really comes down to Brady and Antonio Brown. Our wide receiver has never won the award. I think that's going to be a huge factor for when they decide the MVP.
But we've seen receivers have better seasons than Antonio Brown.
Yeah, we've only seen Brady win the MVP twice because the NFL hates Brady, so they can't just give him the award even though he should have won it every year.
Yeah, there's no reason to make
the
that
MVP
accusation.
race, and I think Ollie and I actually talked about this earlier this week. But you kind of see Brady come in and do what he does, what he's been doing every year, and I mean Antonio Brown has been as like no wide receiver has ever done it before, and some people could easily say he's carrying the Steelers to their 10-2 record that they currently have.
I say he's helping carry.
But guys,
Brady's literally carrying.
I think we're ignoring the elephant in the room here. Josh Gordon is unbelievable.
Don't talk about me like that. Oh,
Okay.
Josh Gordon is
We're trying
Josh
to hold
Gordon is
up
unbelievable.
our credibility, so we're going to discredit that.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying he's the MVP. I'm just saying he's an unbelievable talent.
He had a great
And
game.
Thank
guys
you for
can't
the
deny.
completely irrelevant comment, Polson.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ollie, for this is my
Jeremiah,
show.
will you escort Polson out of the radio?
Jeremiah, don't you dare.
Where is he? I gotta say my take is easily hands down MVP is Brady, like without a doubt.
Yeah, it's got to be.
It's
And easily,
It's
if-
so clear.
I was honestly like, I thought about the fact that the Eagles barely have beaten like one team over 500, or is it none?
It's
Like,
two at
it's
this
two.
point because they just beat the Rams.
Yeah,
that
so
was a
it's
Nick
two.
Foles.
But-
Carson Wentz doesn't get it.
But yeah, Carson Wentz was there. He got hurt.
No,
scoring
I'm
a
saying
touchdown to
saying
the lead.
he should not get MVP. I think it should be Brady.
No,
Brady's
I agree with
If
that
it's
too.
going to be a quarterback, it's going to be Brady.
Yeah.
It cannot be Carson Wentz.
Yeah, no.
I
he
have to say
disrespect.
though, I was doing a little bit of analyzation earlier today with the Eagles lineup, and I gotta say, comparing it to the Falcons lineup last year that faced up against the Patriots in Houston, they have a much better team than the Falcons did. The Eagles' defense is way better than the Falcons' defense was last year, and the Eagles' offense is insane. I mean, I've never seen so many weapons. They have LeGarrette Blount, Corey Clement, and Jay Ajayi as their running backs. I mean, that's ridiculous.
I mean, Jay Ajayi has not been having the same season as he had last year.
But he's splitting carries with two other running backs.
Yeah, but even when he was in Miami, he was.
Yeah, but they were down. They
Breaking-
were
breaking
I
news,
was
yeah.
gonna do that.
Breaking
I was
news.
gonna do that. That's my thing. Carson Wentz. It appears, based on initial tests, that Carson Wentz does not have a fully torn ACL.
Did I tell you that earlier? Did I tell you that?
And while that's a small glimmer of hope, because if it's partially torn, it's going to be a very difficult decision for the Eagles. But there's a little bit of hope there. There's a silver lining that they might look at. And, he's going to have an MRI on Monday, meaning tomorrow. That's really going to show the full-scale injury. Thank you.
All right, well, PPSN here, signing off. It's been a great 2 weeks. This might be our last episode of Football Talk with the boys. No!
Don't say it.
No!
Don't say it.
I know.
Man.
Okay, let's say it. It's our last episode.
Yeah,
Alright.
it was a hell of a run.
It's
Thank
been-
you for this opportunity.
Pulse no cussing on the radio.
Thank
You
you.
like
Did I
it.
cuss?
Yeah, you just did.
What did I
And
say?
You said the H word.
You said heck.
All right,
I said,
anyway,
heck, damn.
PPSN signing off.